Today's video is on the blue gourami, also known as the 3-spot gourami. I'm staying up really late tonight and burning the midnight oil. I'm just super pumped up about getting my shop ready and just stacking it full of tanks. And behind me I have a bunch of used tanks. These were all sumps. And the reason I got these super cheap is because the tanks were drilled, and that scares a lot of people away when tanks are drilled. I absolutely love it when I find tanks that are drilled because they're super cheap, and it scares other people. So this is a 90 gallon, this is a 160 and 30. They were all used as saltwater sumps essentially. So I'm reaching out to you guys for some help though on the shop build here. As I said before, the subscribers, you guys know this, I'm looking for your guys' opinions on what you would do with the shop floor. This is a dirty floor. I worked on a lot of cars through the years in here. I actually had a transmission fully unload all of its fluid all over the floor. But I'm thinking about going with an epoxy, but I'm afraid that the steel stands that I'm gonna be using for the tanks will scratch it up. And if it's super expensive, that'll kill my soul to scratch the epoxy. So, and also what color to paint the walls, because I'm really crazy / weird about colors and just getting a vibe about good colors. Like when you walk into a store, like what is your favorite color to have? I did this wall over here, kind of like a cool blue. I'm thinking about going with this around the entire building here, but my wife mentioned that maybe a storm gray would look cool on one of the walls mixed in with this blue. I really need your guys' help, your opinions on this. This color is right here. I'm not sure the exact color they'd call it. But anyways, today's video, yes, these videos have topics. I know I have super bad ADD, but today's video is on the blue gourami. I get tons of questions on gouramis, and that's why I'm doing this video series, because even though I don't keep mini gouramis anymore, I have had my day in keeping gouramis, and they are absolutely awesome fish. I sometimes find that they get sick on a lot of new fish keepers because I get messages all the time, and usually the gourami is sick because of poor water quality, water temperature, etc. They are more susceptible and just not as hardy of a fish as like cichlids are. But like I said, this video is on the blue gourami, and let's check out some of this cool footage while I talk to you about taking care of blue gouramis. All right, so let's talk about taking care of the blue gourami. And guys, I'm gonna keep this super simple because I know that the blue gourami is one of the probably top 5 most common fish for beginners to buy. So maybe chances are you're a beginner and you're just setting up a tank, etc. I first want to state off by gouramis are pretty susceptible to getting sick. So just be careful that you have a good thermometer on your tank and a decent heater, because I get messages all the time on people wondering why their gourami is sick, and I see it just over and over and over. Heaters malfunction, they get sick, and they just can't fix it. Then they go down the wormhole of trying to fix it with medications, and to be completely honest, once you get into that medication world, things just turn around super fast and they just go south. So get a strong heater. I highly advise like an Eheim Jagger or a Fluval heater, because it makes a huge difference with gouramis. And I'll throw a link in the description box if you are looking for a specific one of those each products, the Eheim or Fluval. So guys, tank size for blue gourami, I would say a minimum of 20 gallons. I would love to say 30 gallons because the 30-gallon tank is it's a lot longer, and it's a better footprint for a fish because they can swim back and forth, obviously. So 20-gallon tank, get yourself a decent filter. A lot of the filters on the market are complete crap. Like if your filter that you have right now has the cartridges that you throw away, it's absolute garbage. Get rid of it. Get an Aqua Clear 110 or a 70, Aqua Clear 70 series. They're the best filters on the planet, and what's cool is you don't have the whole name of this game is not to throw away your filter cartridges. Like, that's where all the good bacteria is growing in your tank. So when you go and just throw it away, you're throwing away, like, you could crash your cycle by doing this. And with the AquaClear filters, that's all you gotta do is rinse the filter and put it back in, and everything's just set to go. Again, I'll throw a link in the description box to the AquaClear. What's super cool about Gouramis is what makes them super unique is the fact that they have labyrinth style breathing, and they will come to the surface and take gulps of air. This is super cool, and some of them spit water. There's actually videos online of them spitting water, like at a stick, and an insect falls off the stick and they eat the insect, so it's super cool. Gouramis, what also catches people's attention, I think, is like the tentacle, like feelers, I think some people call them. It just looks really cool, and what you commonly see with the blue gourami is males, because fish stores want to keep beautiful male blue gouramis on hand because they're the most vibrant and largest. So, oh, and by the way, the blue gourami is also referenced as the 3-spot gourami. It only actually has 2 spots, but the 3rd spot is the eye. And these guys are omnivores, and they're very opportunistic feeders. They will feed on pretty much anything you throw in there. I highly advise just using like an omega-1 flake food. I know I preach this brand, but it's super convenient, and it's a high quality that you can get on Amazon. So I'll throw a link in the description box. Again, guys, these are pretty easy fish to take care of. What's cool about them is they're super good with communities. Like, it's really common to keep them with other, like, really nice cichlids, like firemouth cichlids or severum cichlids. And just, I speak all the time about how much I love community tanks, because you can have just so much wide spectrum of species of fish living together, and that's kind of what natural habitat is like. These fish are living with each other. So super easy to take care of. Make sure you get a big enough tank, get a good filter, feed them good food, and do water changes. Get yourself a water changer, a Python water changer. It's the better of the brands, and you just absolutely need to be changing like 50% of your water like every 2 weeks, probably. You could get super technical and get a test kit, but a lot of people just find that if they change the water every so often, it works out better that way. So if you guys have any questions on blue gouramis or any gouramis in general, just hit up the comments. I'm doing a playlist of video series here, and I absolutely love gouramis. I'm not keeping many of them right now, but that is going to change. Give this video a thumbs up if you like gouramis, and make sure to subscribe.